Is everybody having kids, or is
We
that
know what we want.
it's going to be a painful road ahead?
We met because
Guys, welcome back to our podcast, the podcast that doesn't have a name, and I hope you find a lot of value from this because this is a very special episode, right? What do we have going on?
today we're going to talk about relationship.
Oh man, how long have we been together?
3 years and a half.
Wow, that's a long time for a lot of
Right?
couples, right? All of our friends, they all broke up with their girlfriends.
All of our friends.
We're the
We have
last-
no couple friends left.
We were the last ones standing.
And all the ones that do, they left us.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Am I right?
They really did. They moved out and they left us, and we never heard from them since. Or they're having kids, right? Is everybody having kids, or is that
Getting
just me?
married,
Or
having
married.
kids.
Wow, maybe that's just a normal life.
Yeah, nobody's doing what we do.
What do we do?
We are entrepreneurs.
Oh, let's dive into that. Let's talk a little bit more about our entrepreneurship journey and how we even met. Let's start there.
Yeah, well, we met because
Wait, what's our names?
Oh
We
yeah.
gotta tell our amazing audience.
We completely forgot.
We're just gonna dive into this? No.
Okay, my name is Lowy G. I am your first co-host.
And I am Omni Eric Eisen, Eisen Couture, all of the names that you associate with me on the internet. I exist here.
He's also your co-host.
I'm a co-host.
Your
and
first one as
entrepreneur.
well. So we met because of entrepreneurship. We met because of my business, my first ever business called Rough and Riley, which was a business, well, technically still is, a business of dog apparel, right?
Yeah.
And you were helping me with the social media part of things in that business.
I did help. And you know what else I did? You know what I did? I did the most important job possible. The social media. Without
I
the
was like,
social
what are you
media,
talking about?
without the social media, the business would not thrive, right?
That is very correct. Business would have not have thriven as much as it did. We got a lot of not like
We built a community. We built a
but we
community.
did build
of
a
that.
community. We went out, we talked to people, we went to a farmer's market together. The first time we've ever actually like hung out and had a real connection was because we were working on that business. So we had a story, right? So we had a farmer's market that we just got, our first ever farmer's market, and I needed to make about 150 bandanas for the farmer's market, and I needed help to make that inventory, right? So you were helping me. We had a little system going. This was before we were even together, right? We were just friends. We were hanging out. You were helping with the business. You were cutting. You were measuring and cutting while I was sewing. That was our little machine going on, and we were doing that for about 5-6 hours straight.
Yeah.
And then the rest is history.
The rest is history. I mean, we started as creators. We started creating together. I think that's what builds a strong relationship. What I think builds a strong relationship is being able to create with your partner. I think a lot of relationships problems I see is that there's no bond between the two. It's just two characters existing in one space. They don't really
Yeah.
get along. They don't really have much in common. But imagine if they came together on creating something. I think this is why a lot of paint and sips exist, like little couple therapy activities, candle making. There's a lot of things that you can go out and do together and create. Ours so happens to be creating fashion together. We've created a few pieces, unique pieces, by going to the fabric store, picking out our favorite fabrics, and we took it home. She designed it, she cut it, sewed it, and it came into a piece that I wear today. And
Like this one right here behind me. This vest.
A really good example.
Many, many more, but
I think what brings us together really is just fashion and art and creativity.
yes, I agree with that. And a lot of these couples that are all our friends that broke up, they didn't have a connection, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. When we met them, we that's another thing, is our connection, not just through entrepreneurship but as well as spiritually, right? We connected a lot and we grew with each other a lot in that. And when we met, right, a couple, um and for some reason, these couples, they just share everything with us because we are so comfortable with each other that they see that, I think, and they want to share about their relationship with us. And every time they did that, I could dissect, like, okay, you guys are not going to work out because you have nothing in common. You don't, what you want and what this person wants, they don't correlate, and you're forcing something to correlate, which doesn't help you. Forcing something in a relationship will bring you nowhere. It has to have like harmony. And that's where I guess also the spiritual side of things also come in handy.
So basically what you're saying is there has to be alignment within your relationship. If there's no alignment or there's disalignment in your relationship, you're going to know. And you can't keep it going for so long until something gives. So as soon as you realize there's disalignment in the relationship somewhere, you either have to have a conversation about it and talk about it or leave.
Yeah.
Because if not, it's going to be a painful road ahead. Think about it. Think about how many divorces have happened. Like,
just because you said you want to make things work because you love the person, but that doesn't mean that you're in love with the person.
yeah, you're just making it work.
Loving somebody and being in love with someone are two completely different things, in my opinion. You can love somebody, and even after you break up, you can still love them. But that doesn't mean you're in love with them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you're basically just like together, and that's just what it is. Miserable together, fighting all the time, negative energy.
And you're also not reading the lines, and instead you're just dragging this relationship so much that you're so far into it that now you can't get out, or that you just dig yourself into a bigger hole when you could have gotten out from the beginning because people said, hey, I don't think it's gonna work, but you're like, oh, but I love this person and we want to make it work. Okay, but do you? Because you say that every time, right? And that never changes.
Yeah.
So that's the important part, I think, is that romance is, people think romance is all about the bigger picture. It's actually about the little things, I think. What do you think romance
What do you think
is?
about the little things?
It's about the small little things you do in your day-to-day life with the person when you're living with them. It's not about the bigger picture. It's about the little things that correlate, that makes your life in harmony throughout the day.
So my question is, for people who are in relationships, living with each other, is there a fair, acceptable time where couples should move in together? Is there like some sort of scenario behind? There's a lot of hidden rules in the relationship world that I feel like people just like, they follow. Like, for instance, I'm not gonna move into this person unless I date them for a year or 2 years or 3 years, and then when you get to that point of living with them and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
There's like all these little hidden rules. When did we move in together? We moved in together, like, we were close. I mean, we were already close.
We were already like hanging out every day, and when we moved in together, it wasn't planned.
Right.
It wasn't planned at all. That's the difference, is that we never planned to move in together. Things kind of like escalated and this and that, and then we ended up moving in together because, of course, we had options, but the options we had was not the best options that we wanted, because we knew what we wanted from each other. We had a conversation. It wasn't like, oh my God, but what if this doesn't work? We didn't ask the what ifs, first of all, right? We just went first. Like, if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But like, we never asked what ifs. it just happened. I don't even know.
Yeah, so let me give you guys a roadmap on what happened. So, like, everything just kind of fell right into place naturally. And that's what I'm saying. When you're in a relationship or you meet that person, the right person, everything should flow and fall into its gaps exactly how it should. I think a lot of people get crazy whenever something doesn't go in the way that it's expected. And I think what
Yeah.
really works out in our relationship is that when things don't go expected, we find peace in that. You know, like we could go through the most traumatic experience, and we find peace at that traumatic experience. Does that make sense? At the bottom level.
Because you learn from it. That's what
Exactly.
happened to a lot of people. That's where the spirituality comes in. Is that's what happened to a lot of people, is that they kind of go through this traumatic experience, and a lot of these people take it all the way negatively and say, oh my god, but this happened and I can never recover from this. The point of you going through things in life is for you to learn from things, even in a relationship, I think. And that's what happened. That's exactly what you were talking about.
Let's just dive into spirituality and a relationship and like how that kind of all falls in together. Yeah.
Yes. So when we first met, I had gone through a relationship before. It wasn't a few relationships before. It wasn't that great. I was going through some other stuff in my life, and I was having what you might call it an awakening. And that's when my spiritual journey began, was during COVID, during 2020. And I wasn't looking for anybody. We were just talking, we were having fun, and you too, I think. We were not looking for nothing serious. We were just working together and all that. And then it all happened quickly, but we never forced anything. And I think that's very important. If you don't force things, things will happen naturally, because things that are meant to be will be. Right?
I think it really helps, like being spiritual, two spiritual people. Because listen, if you're in a relationship right now and you're spiritual, but your partner doesn't understand the first signal of anything going on in the world, it's like sleeping. It's not it. She's not it, bro.
Or he.
Or he. It's not it. Like, if they're not, I mean, you can't force them to wake up either. They have to go through it themselves. And
We're not saying like that you can never, like, you
right,
can't
yeah,
coexist.
you can definitely coexist.
You can. It's just your different perspective of how life should be. And if you two are not in alignment, and you guys are not in alignment,
Yeah.
that's where the problem hits. Because you can be, one person can be spiritual and the other person can, but this person doesn't mind that this person is spiritual, and this person doesn't mind that this person is spiritual, then that's fine.
Yeah.
But if that person doesn't understand what this person is doing, and doesn't believe and doesn't align, and complains about it a lot, or vice versa, that's when things don't fall into place, right?
What do you think makes our relationship the strongest?
We have a lot in common. Communication is the most important part, I think, in a relationship, and that's what makes us very, very strong, because we both are very open in our relationship. When we have the most minor inconvenience, we talk about it. And it's not like we brush it off. We talk about it and we make it work. We talk about it, we know, we listen. Communication and listening. Talking and listening are very important. That's what communication is, right? Is you can talk to somebody and they don't listen.
Right.
That's not good. You guys have to have some sort of agreement, or come to some sort of agreement. Even if you don't agree, you can agree to disagree.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
I disagree. Just kidding. But you can have. So communication, I think, is what's key, and I think that's what helps us a lot, because we know what we want. We know what we want.
That's the icing on the cake right there.
Even if we're not the same person. Our goals are not similar. We might do a lot of things together, but we are still two completely different people. And we know what we want, in life path differently. We have very similarities of what we want in life. We have a lot of non-similarities of what we want in life, but we know what we want, and that's what makes us strong. Is that we both know, we both agree with what we want, and it somehow crosses our paths to some not. It's aligned with both, even if it's not crossing, it's still aligned. So we will still reach the same goals,
Yeah,
right?
we have our own lives to live.
No,
Like,
yeah,
we have our own paths to get to where we need to be. Like there's some overlap in some areas, right? There's like a Venn diagram overlap in the middle of similarities. And I think that's what keeps us together, keep going. Like when you're an entrepreneur, it is tough when you're in a relationship sometimes. But when you're dating an entrepreneur, or you're in a relationship and you understand what you both have to go through to get to the other side of where you need to be, that's powerful. Because if if you have one entrepreneur and one person who just doesn't understand entrepreneurship, it's tough
yeah.
for someone to understand what they're going
As
through.
long as your partner understands, they don't have to be in entrepreneurship, but they need to
You got to understand.
understand.
They got to be able to support still and
Yeah,
just get
support.
like why.
Support is the number one thing. If you don't support what the other person is doing, you're complaining all the time. Break up.
Entrepreneurship comes with a lot of sacrifice, and if you're not sacrificing for what you want, you're not getting what you want. And I think if the partner understands that is your goal, then you are more likely to get that goal and be successful too as well. The support team behind everything is super important in a relationship.
Yes, I 100% agree. The support is extremely
I'm just trying to figure out a way for you to help me in my business, to be honest. That's what I
well.
always think.
That'll all come together.
Yeah.
We already have big plans of how we're gonna combine kind of both our business and still do separate things, right? We're already doing this right here,
Yeah,
right?
this is good.
Together.
Hope you all
Another
are enjoying
thing, I only know one other famous. There's only one couple, right, that is famous that did podcast. What was his name?
It's a good question. I really don't
The
even know.
entrepreneur couple that we follow on Instagram. Whatever. Well, that's the only other ones that I know, and they say that entrepreneur couples. You know how many times when people come up to us and say entrepreneur couples, they thrive and they stay together.
Yeah, look at Alex Hormozy and Layla Hormozy. They have
I think that's
a
the person I
relationship.
was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a relationship. They're both entrepreneurs doing their thing, and I think they're making it work. I mean, they're still together today.
Yeah.
Married.
And they're doing things.
They're
doing things together and separately.
Yeah. They got a business. They're making money. Tax write-offs. All this good stuff. That's going to be us.
Yeah.
We keep making more videos like this and inspiring the next generation of entrepreneur couples. Who knows?
All the couples that we knew that broke up, they came to us and they talked about their relationship. And we helped them, I think, in some sort of way, right?
Yeah, now they want what we got.
I guess, yeah.
Well, all right. I hope you guys found a little bit of value in this incredible entrepreneurial couple podcast. If you guys want to see more videos like this, please leave us a comment and do let us know if you where you're tuning in from, and if you are having any relationship problems.
Reach out. We're not doctors. We're just here basically from experience.
Yeah, we can
From
see in
each
the
other.
future.
Yeah. Well, that's another episode about more spirit. If you want to know more about spiritual stuff and journeys, we will do a podcast about that, because I really want to. So
all right, sounds good.
We're gonna do the next one is gonna be about that.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for tuning in.